Hey, we're the Paget family, and this is the story of our dream, how we moved from Ohio to become homesteaders in central New York. We made this home in Ohio a beautiful place for us, a piece of paradise where we took the little piece of land that we had and made it into a beautiful English garden. But the stirring occurred within us that we needed something more. We were being led away. This quote by C.S. Lewis means so much to us because at the age of 45, we realized that we were not too old to start something completely new in our life. In the search for better food for the family, we started with putting chickens in our small little lot in the city. And we began building a coop out of this old playhouse that we had in the yard. And it was quite a project for us. We're not exactly the handiest people, but we're learning. And it was a great little adventure. And we eventually had our first little coop in the backyard. And probably about 12 or so birds that basically wreaked havoc in that little lot. But it became a very great bonding experience for us as we invited these birds to become part of our family. Everybody loved it. And of course our neighbors thought we were crazy, and thankfully we never actually got in trouble for it. But it was a good start for us as a little homestead in the backyard. We knew we had so much we needed to learn. And it was a little daunting at first, but we just kept pressing on and reading and studying and believing that this was the journey that our family was meant to head on to. And it was exciting and scary all at the same time. But the time came for the real dreaming to begin. So we did. Being that land was not readily available in our area of Ohio, West Virginia, and Pennsylvania, we looked elsewhere. We looked in Maine. And we looked into Vermont. We had a great trip traveling these areas. We really liked New Hampshire, and we thought maybe that was where we'd end up. But then we happened upon New York, and we knew that the central New York had some good people there that we were familiar with, and this property was something that kind of just fell in our lap in a way. I could do a whole story on how we found this crazy property, but I don't have time right now. But needless to say, we fell in love with it immediately, and the whole stress began of getting ready for a move. Packing up a house with 11 people that we've lived in forever was certainly not an easy task. I joke around and say my husband is a hoarder, but really he is. He has a lot of books, and we managed to fill the largest U-Haul with almost entirely books for our first trip to New York. And then came the big day in April 24th, where we actually signed the paperwork and became residents of New York State. What a great moment. This nonagon, 9-sided house is the strangest house you'll ever see. I have here some pictures of what it looked like when we first moved in. The kitchen's on the second floor, which is what we're in the process of moving down to the first floor. This was one of the rooms on the first floor that we eventually put in the fireplace, or a wood stove anyway, and the really cool steps there. This house was built by this physicist who was convinced that it was the most energy efficient home you could have. And I don't know if he succeeded, but it's kind of cool. Here's this unfinished room on the first floor that eventually will become the kitchen, and the library books going in. It was kind of cool to find a house that actually had a library, because we've always put one in all of our homes. And second floor is beautiful. The woodwork, the craftsmanship, it really is a stunning house. What a gift for us to have. It didn't take one trip or 2 trips. It took 3 trips with U-Hauls to move our family to New York. On this third and last trip, we loaded up the girls and all of our other animals and filled every vehicle that we owned, and the entire family with multiple drivers made the drive. Saying goodbye was not easy. 13 years we lived in this home. Our family grew from a smallish family, I guess, with 5 kids to one with 9 and a grandchild, a daughter married. A lot of memories were spent here, a lot of friends. It was hard to say goodbye. Here in New York, we're loving it. We have great adventures planned, and it has been a lot of adjustments. The kids have had difficulties, but they are happy. I know they are, and I believe to the bottom of my toes that this is the best choice for us to do as a family. we can be overwhelmed by how much work that needs to be done in this homestead. So many things to do, so many projects. But I know that this is where we're supposed to be. Our family has a good life ahead of them here. God has purpose for us being here. And I'm excited to figure out what that is. What this crazy Paget family has to do here in New York. But I know whatever it is, it's going to be pretty cool.